Hello YouTube, we're back here in Broomall looking for the Broomall Rock Shelter. Now I've done at least 2 videos about this place already looking for this rock shelter. Broomall Rock Shelters are a complex of rock shelters that are one of the most important archaeological sites in the Philadelphia area. And if I'm not mistaken, it's right in these bushes back here. You can see we're right next to a new housing complex, and then if you look across the road right there, I believe that's the rock shelter. Now, I've been looking for this place for a while because if you have already seen the other videos, you'll know this already, but this place is important because in 1943, an archaeologist named Mary Butler uncovered a body that was buried here of a Native American woman, a Lenape woman, and it's pretty clear that she was probably someone of importance and that this place was a sacred burial site. So you can see there are cars coming out just here, and then right there is the rock shelter. Alright, so let's see if we can get a little closer and see if we can find any evidence to support my theory that this is where it is. Because I've been looking for this place, and just around the bend, just over there, is another rock shelter that I did a previous video on. But look at this. Look at that overhang. Now, again, I should say I really don't know if this is the place. I've read that it's actually a cave, not a rock shelter like this. So I may still be in the wrong place and we may have to come back. But I wanted to show you this because this is absolutely an ancient place, even if it's not the exact location of where the body was buried. I also think this might be the place because in the paper that I read about it, the description said that it was just a few yards or meters above the road, and the road is right there. The Langford Run Creek is just over there, so you can just imagine in ancient times that this would have been a perfect place to make a camp, because you have a protected rock shelter here and then a water source right there in the valley. All right, let's get a little closer here. What do you think? Maybe under there. That's a little pocket. That's a little spot. It's not very big though. And then, oh, look at that. What's that? Is that writing? Oh yeah, look at this. Okay, let's get a little closer here. What does that say? 1980? Say 81? Or is that a stick figure or an 8? I can't tell. 1954. And I don't know what these markings are. If anybody knows, leave a comment. Yeah, I don't know what those markings say, but if you know, leave a comment in the description, in the comment section if you can figure out what it says. I'd love to know. It does look like old handwriting that you sometimes see in places like this, carved into rocks, so it could be something. I don't know if I can get too much further over here. Let's see. Wow, it really is quite an overhang though. There we go. Really impressive. Okay, let's climb up a little bit, because why not? Okay. Oh, look at that. Hey, what is that? A piece of old glass of some sort? Well, it's definitely not ancient, I don't think. That would be crazy if there were just an ancient tool lying right there. I don't think these are terribly old rocks, but interesting. Okay, so here we are I think this might be it. I think this might be the burial spot of the Queen of Darby Creek, as I've been calling her. Certainly an important person, whether a Sachem or not, I don't know. But if this is where she was discovered, I think we can tick this box. I may have to come back again. I am not sure if this is where it is. So I'll cut to the future now, and I'll show you the paper about this place so you can see why I think I'm in the right place now. Hey YouTube, Future Sean here. I wanted to show you why I think I finally was in the right place for that rock shelter. This is the original paper that I found called Two Lenape Rock Shelters Near Philadelphia by Mary Butler. And if I go down on the first page where it describes the location, it says the D2 shelter faces southwest, looking across the narrow valley of Langford Run toward a modern rock quarry. The shelter, before excavation, was a ledge about 5.5 meters wide and 9 meters long. And that's about the size of the shelter, the rock ledge that I was looking at, bounded on the west by a sharp upward slope of rocky hillside, to the west, and on the east by a forward jut of rock wall, which, I think so, and in front by an abrupt downward slope. The cliff forming its back has a slight but perceptible overhang, yada yada yada. We'll skip down. A road runs at present about 0.5 meters below and 2 meters in front of the ledge on fill dumped within the memory of man. So that's close to the road. It's only, half a meter below and 2 meters away from the road. And that's exactly where I was. There was a road there, right? So that's the description from the paper. Now, also, this is a great paper, and if you can access it, you should, because it shows all pictures of all the different artifacts that were found there, including the skull and some pottery. So it's an amazing paper to look at. Now, there's also this great website that I found through a viewer, John. Thank you. You know who you are, John. Thanks for sending, this paper, providing this article to me, I guess I should say. And I scrolled down here and it says, first of all, it says it should be kept permanently as a park. I agree. The highest cliffs, known as Kemble's Rocks, are close to Langford Run, facing southwest, and in one place there is an overhang at the bottom with a considerable flat area, sunny and protected, and with water close at hand, an ideal place for a camp. So so that's exactly right. The highest cliffs I saw in that area, I showed you, they're known as Kemble's Rocks, are close to Langford Run, yes, facing southwest, yes, and in one place there is an overhang at the bottom with a considerable flat area, right. Langford Road now runs between the brook at the base of the cliffs, between the brook and the base of the cliffs, but formerly the land is said to have been swampy. Perfect. So that's exactly right. I was on a road. On one side were the rocks, and on the other side was the brook. And I'll show you that now on Google Maps. You can see this is the map of where I was. I was standing here, and then I went into the forest here, and this is a rock outcropping. And you can see this is very, very close to the road. And then here is the brook, right? So this is south facing, southwest, in this direction is southwest. And Rock Run Circle is generally going southwest, this road. Langford Road is built between the rock shelter and Langford Run, which is here. So this must be it. That's really what I wanted to say. I think that this rocky overhang is the rock shelter where the skeleton was buried and discovered, and that's a very important place. In fact, looking at the video I took, at one point I ducked down and I look under, there's a little alcove at the base of the rock shelter where I say, oh, that's interesting. There's a little area underneath there. I think that might be the small location where this skeleton was buried. So I think we found it. Let me know what you think. In the comment section, if anyone else who's a local who knows where that cave actually is, if you can confirm that I found it or not, that would be very helpful. I appreciate all the information you can provide. I'm going to find it eventually if I haven't found it already, but I think that's it. I think it's right here, just off Langford Road to the north. If you're driving down Langford Road, if you look to the north, there's a huge rock outcropping, and just in there, I think that's where the body was buried. So, thanks. Okay, let's scooch down here. We'll get out of here real quick. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is it, but if it is, it would make sense, I think, based on the description of the paper. So, yeah, let me know in the comments. I know some of you local Delco people have been here. Some of you locals know exactly where the cave is, and if that's not it, if that's not where the body was buried, then I still want to find this place. So leave a comment, let me know, send me an email. I have emails going, and I have other things, membership videos. Send me an email, link, it's in the description. Let me know what you think if I found it this time, and if not, I'll come back again, and we're gonna keep looking until we find these Broomall Rock Shelters. Very important place in Delaware County, very ancient, and I definitely feel the presence of the ancients here right now, even though I am on a road, and even though it is pretty overgrown with kudzu, Now, it might be a little hard to see, but there is quite a large cliff, and I definitely see some graffiti up there. Yeah, I don't think the camera's gonna pick it up, but there are definitely a few more overhangs up on the top there. And this is a pretty massive cliff, so maybe somewhere in there under the kudzu is another cave where the burial was. If you know about kudzu, then you know why I don't like it. It's not a great plant because it does this. It just covers everything. And it's an invasive species, not native. So hopefully it's not under the kudzu, but if it is, we'll have to come back someday maybe and hack our way in. Okay, there we go. I'm at the Grove in Langford Run and on Langford Road. So this is where the Broomall Rock Shelters are, somewhere around here. The Queen of Darby Creek, as I call her, she was buried here. She's not a queen, she's a sachem or some other important person in the Lenape community, and they didn't have kings and queens, they had sachems. So she was definitely buried here somewhere, and she's very important. So yeah, I'm glad we at least tried again, and I'll come back if I need to. We're not going to give up until we find the burial site of this important person from Delaware County. Okay, if you liked this video, please give me a like and a subscribe. I'm going to continue looking for out-of-the-way places in Delaware County like this, where there are definitely ancient sites all over the place. We're going to go all around Pennsylvania, at least on the East Coast. I'm focusing on the Delaware right now, so more to come on that. But yeah, if you like this, please like and subscribe. My name's Sean. This is my channel, It's All Good, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.